Good morning, everybody, from Vogel State Park. Here's my car. Today I am starting the Georgia Loop. It is Wednesday morning, a little before 8, and I'm on my way. I am going to do the Georgia Loop counterclockwise. I'm starting from Vogel State Park, which means I'm adding an additional 3.25 miles, well, 6.5 miles both ways, and adding an additional 1,800-ish feet of climb. This is going to be a great adventure. The weather was looking good, but it is raining a bit, which means it should be nice and cool today, which is great because I have a very heavy pack. Today's goal is Mulky Gap on the Duncan Ridge Trail. All right, come along with me. Okay, friends, I have walked up from the parking lot and I have reached my trailhead. This is going to be my approach trail to the Duncan Ridge Trail, and I'm doing the loop counterclockwise. So I'm going to start on the Duncan Ridge and take that over to the Benton MacKaye. So I'm going to take the Coosa Backcountry Trail today up to the Duncan Ridge Trail. It is about 3.25 mile climb from here and about 1,800 feet of elevation gain. That's probably why people don't start at Vogel State Park, but I am starting here because I wanted to get the Duncan Ridge Trail done first. So I'm going to do Duncan Ridge today and tomorrow. All right, I'll check in with you in a little while. Okay, I should probably mention some logistics about parking at Vogel State Park as opposed to Mulky Gap or some of the other drop-in points. Vogel does require a daily parking fee. I have an annual pass. I think the daily parking fee is like $5 or $6. My annual pass is, and it's not an annual pass to Vogel, it's like a Georgia State Park annual pass, is $50 a year. So I put my yearly parking pass up. They also have paper permits that are in a little container outside of the visitor center, so they don't have to be open for you to find one. And I filled that out with my itinerary, the dates I was going to be, the dates I'm planning to be out here, my emergency contact, and I put that on the dash of my car. So those are the two things you need to know to start at Vogel. And look at this, everyone. Very pretty. And the mountain laurels are in full bloom today. All right, and just like that, I'm done with the approach trail to the Coosa Backcountry Trail. And the Coosa Backcountry Trail is my approach trail to the Duncan Ridge Trail and the Georgia Loop. So I'm coming out here. All right, the sign will tell you to go that way for Coosa Backcountry. That is the easier way. If you go straight across, you can do the loop in the opposite direction. I'm gonna go straight across and climb and climb and climb up to the Duncan Ridge. And then I'm gonna head down the Duncan Ridge Trail. So the Georgia Loop is a 57-mile loop itself. And then by starting and ending at Vogel State Park, I'm adding an additional 6.5 miles. So for me, it's gonna be like a 63-mile loop. So that's what's happening, everyone. Beautiful day in the woods. Okay, everyone. I have been walking about 1.3 miles from the parking lot. And down below me, down there, is the Pioneer Camp that I think you can rent at Vogel State Park. It has a shelter, a covered picnic area, and a privy. And in a minute, I'm about to cross the creek, so I'll show you that, where the little trail to the pioneer camp is. All right, here's a better view. There's the shelter where you can sleep. And there's the covered picnic area. And here's the creek that I'm about to cross in just a minute. Okay, I'm crossing the creek now. Okay, that is the way I need to go, by that pink ribbon and those green blazes right there. So that's the way we're gonna go in a second. But if you turn left here after the creek, that will take you down to the pioneer camp. All right, but I'm going up to the Duncan Ridge, so I'm going this way. I dub the Stormtrooper Rock. Once I get to these two rocks, that means I'm leaving the Vogel State Park boundary. So now I am in the Blood Mountain Wilderness. And the sign for the wilderness is right around this corner. There it is. Blood Mountain Wilderness. Here I come. Now for the easy part of this climb today. All right, I just finished the easy climb up a gravelly, rocky path. I'm coming out at the first campsite, which is by a beautiful water source. And let's see, 465 feet, over 1.71 miles. And now comes the hard part of my climb. It gets really steep now. All right, I have a stream crossing here and a big, huge rock formation coming up. But first, I have to cross this. All right, that was a successful crossing. So pretty. Okay, across the river down there, the creek, climbed up on the other side of this big rock formation. It's a lot bigger than it looks. And now it gets real steep again. Hi friends, I have been hiking for about an hour and a half. I just did a rather particularly steep part of this approach trail. I've gone about 2.2 miles and climbed about 805 feet so far. I have about 1,000 feet left to go to get up to the Duncan Ridge. But thankfully after this, the trail chills out just a little bit. But coming up here is the junction with the Bear Hair Gap Trail. And you may be able to hear it, but you can't see it. There's a little creek down there. I am going to go ahead and take my first break of the day. I like braking before I need breaks and proactively saving energy for later. So, like I said, I've been hiking an hour and a half. I'm going to have second breakfast. I'm going to camel up. The water from here gets pretty sparse. So I'm going to camel up and refill my water before I carry on. But here's the junction sign with the Bear Hair Trail. This is the Bear Hair. This is the Coosa. So I'm going to continue this way in a minute, but I'm going to go down here and, like I said, take a break, sit down, pack off break, have second breakfast, camel up, refill water, and then continue on. Found a little salamander friend. Hello. Time for second breakfast. I'm gonna have a little fruit squeezy smoothie and a fruit bar by this beautiful waterfall, everybody. My little salamander friend is out now. Hello. Okay, that was a lovely 25-minute break. I had second breakfast and got some water, cameled up, and now I am back to climbing. Whew. I have about another 1,000 feet to climb and maybe a mile, about a mile left to go to get up to the Duncan Ridge. But I have a lot more climbing left today. All right, friends, let me talk about water. So that last place where I stopped to take a break, that's the last good water for quite a while. So I'm climbing Slaughter Mountain, which is very close to Blood Mountain. So that's kind of the corner of the loop that I'm gonna drop in on. So I'm climbing Slaughter. There is running water on the other side of Slaughter at the bottom at Mulky Gap, but it's a creek that runs past the road. And then I will climb Coosa Bald after that, and there's no water up there. On the other side of Coosa at the bottom, I think is White Oak Stomp. And there are reports of water there. I believe there's a spring near a blown down tree. So I cameled up and watered up there because I'm not super keen on getting water at Wolf Pen by the road. I will also tell you that some trail angel left several gallons of water there. I've hiked the Coosa Backcountry Trail the last 2 weekends, just training and getting ready for this Georgia Loop hike. So I've seen the water the last 2 weekends I've been out here. But that doesn't mean it's going to be there today. Anyway, my plan right now, I'm going to climb Slaughter, take a break at the top. I'm going to climb Coosa and go down the other side. Try to find the water at White Oak Stomp and take lunch there. Eat lunch, get some more water, and then carry on. My ultimate goal is Mulky Gap for today, which is on the Duncan Ridge Trail. There is water there, as well as some campsites, I think. So, all right, I will show you the water as I go, because there's not a whole lot of videos about the water situation on the Duncan Ridge, but I do appreciate everybody's Georgia Loop videos that have posted them on YouTube. I think I've watched all of them, and they've all been very helpful in their own way. So hopefully you will find this one helpful too. Okay, I'm coming up to my junction with the Georgia Loop and the Duncan Ridge Trail. You can see blazes, blue blazes for Duncan Ridge right there. And here's my trail junction sign. If I go this way, that will take me to the Appalachian Trail. this is the way that I want to go up here. And you can see a blaze right there. Okay, so just to orient everyone, I just came up from that. Here's the junction sign. Okay, so the Duncan Ridge Trail goes that way about a mile to the Appalachian Trail, and if you turn left on the Appalachian Trail and go north, it'll take you up to the summit of Blood Mountain. The Duncan Ridge Trail also goes this way, and this will take me over to the Benton MacKaye Trail, which is where I'm going to go today. So in several days, I'll be coming back that way and head down that way back to Vogel. But for today, I am going to continue on the Duncan Ridge. Oh, and let's look at some stats. Okay, so I've gone 3.35 miles. I've climbed about 1,500 feet, and it's taken me about 2 hours and 23 minutes to get up here. All right, there's my trail junction sign. The Coosa Backcountry Trail and the Duncan Ridge Trail are concurrent for this part, up to the top of Slaughter, down the backside of Slaughter, up to Coosa Bald. The Coosa Backcountry Trail actually does not go up to the top of Coosa Bald. It turns right near the top of Coosa Bald. But the Duncan Ridge continues, I think, to the summit of Coosa Bald, and then straight down the other side to White Oak Stomp. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I'm familiar with this part of the trail up to just about the top of Coosa Bald. And then everything from there is going to be brand new for me today, everyone. But I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day in the woods. Have not seen a single person. It's Wednesday, May 17th. So I wouldn't expect to see anybody out here on a Wednesday, but you never know. Okay, by the way, I meant to say that if you turned left back there at the junction and headed towards the Appalachian Trail, not too far down the trail, maybe 0.1 or so, you'll come to two tiny little step over trickle streams. And if you have a scoop, you can get some water there if you need some. In the dead heat of summer, they tend to dry out. But in May, this time of year, they do tend to be flowing a touch. I would definitely recommend a scoop if you're going to plan to get water there. But it's good for me to know, because on my last day, there was a campsite right back there at that junction, and I might just get water and camp there. I don't know. We'll see. For now, I'm fighting some overgrowth on the trail, and that's okay. It's that time of year, everybody. Okay, I have climbed about 1,600 feet, over 3.7 miles. And this, everyone, is the lake down at Vogel State Park, quite far away. I've climbed quite a bit. It's a beautiful day. You can see the mountains out there, even though I'm all leafed out. Still getting some lovely views as I climb up Slaughter Mountain. These are the blazes that I am following right now. So this green one is for the Coosa Backcountry Trail, and the blue one is for the Duncan Ridge. So again, These two trails are concurrent for a little bit longer today, and I am just about at the top of Slaughter Mountain. Not quite there yet. I'll show you how you know when you're at the top. Hello friends, I have gone about 4.4 miles now, and I've climbed about 1,854 feet, and I am here at the top of Slaughter. And those blazes mark this little campsite. So I'm just gonna take a break here, have a little snack, because the down climb of Slaughter is kind of brutal. It's pretty steep. And then I have to climb Coosa Bald after that. So I'm gonna take a little break, pack off, sit down break, and have a snack. Okay, here's my snack break, everyone. I'm gonna sit here and enjoy. All right, enjoyed my little break there at the campsite, and now I'm gonna head down Slaughter Mountain, cross over Wolf Pen Gap and 180, Georgia 180, a road. Then I'm gonna climb up Wildcat Mountain, followed by Coosa Bald. And I'm familiar with all of this part of the trail because, like I said, I hike the Coosa Backcountry Trail pretty frequently. And right now we're concurrent with that trail. But once I basically get to the top of Coosa Bald, it's all gonna be unknown territory to me after that, everyone. So I will keep you posted. All right, there's another view of the lake. I think that's the lake at Vogel State Park, where I started this morning, and it is pretty far away. This is a lovely ridge walk up here on the top of Slaughter Mountain. Very, very pretty. So this is a pretty steep down climb on Slaughter so far. Here is a dry campsite on the way down Slaughter, between Wolf Pen Gap at 180 and the top of Slaughter. Ooh, there's a flame azalea in bloom right over there. So pretty. Okay, this is the sign that warns people they are on the Coosa Backcountry Trail in case they are on the wrong trail. And it basically says it takes more than a day to finish this trail. But I am also on the Duncan Ridge Trail, and this is Wolf Pen Gap and Highway 180. So I am done with Slaughter Mountain, just finished the down climb. Now I'm gonna cross this road and start climbing Wildcat Mountain, but there is some good stuff here at Wolf Pen Gap, so let me tell you about that. Okay, this is Wolf Pen Gap, everybody, and I can hear water. According to a trail guide that I've read on the internet, down at that curve there is water. There supposedly are also campsites down there, but you're so close to the road. You do have to bushwhack to find the water in the campsites, but I can hear the water from here. So if you just follow your ears, if you need water, you can get some water there. I am crossing 180 here, and that's my trail right there. So I'm gonna start climbing Wildcat Mountain now. And this is the Coopers Creek Wildlife Management Area. And last couple of weeks that I've come through here, some trail angel has left water. I see there's still water here. And somebody left garbage. And here's more water. But Do not count on that water being there, everybody. I've hiked the Coosa Backcountry Trail many times, and really these 3 weeks in a row are the only time I've ever seen a trail angel leave water there. Okay, gonna climb up Wildcat now. A lot of switchbacks up Wildcat so far, which is lovely. Just lovely, everyone. Okay, here is a dry campsite on the way up Wildcat. So still climbing Wildcat, everyone. Have a long way to go. Ooh, there's a Duncan Ridge Trail blaze. Starting to gain some elevation on Wildcat. Very pretty ridge walk up here. Okay, everybody, looks like I am coming out at Wildcat Gap, I think is what this is called. I'll put the name in here. My understanding from what I've read on the internet is that there's no water here. I can also concur from my own experience hiking the Coosa Backcountry Trail. Here's the road. That I have not seen any water here. I also don't hear any water around here, but the Duncan Ridge Trail continues over here up Coosa Bald, and this is when it starts to get really steep, but it's relatively short-ish climb up Coosa Bald, less than a mile, I think. All right, I've been climbing up that up Coosa Bald. Now that is very steep. It doesn't look very steep on the camera, but it is. And then after that, there's going to be some stairs to climb. So it does get very steep on this Coosa Bald climb. Okay, looks like I found the stair section. Again, it's very steep. It's hard to tell in the video. Look, everyone, it's a pink lady slipper orchid. So beautiful. That's cool. Getting close to the top now. Okay, I'm going way up there. And I know you can't tell on the camera. Very steep climb up Coosa, very steep. Okay, looks like I'm almost to the top of Coosa Bald, everyone. And this junction right here is where the Coosa Backcountry Trail turns right. And that is always the way I have gone. FYI, in case you need to know, about 100 feet down this trail on the right is a nice camp spot. It's dry, but it is pretty nice. Okay, I'm going this way today. I have never, this is all unknown territory. I've never hiked this way before. So, onward on the Duncan Ridge. I think the summit is not too far from here, a couple 100 yards maybe. And then I'll go straight down to White Oak Stomp, see if I can find the water there, and I'll stop and have lunch. Let's see, I have climbed about 2,600 feet, a little more than that. And I've done about 7 miles or so from my car at Vogel State Park. Looks like the Duncan Ridge is starting to replace some of their blazes with these, I guess they're plastic or metal blazes, which is nice because then they don't fade and you can see them easier. So thank you, trail maintainers. All right, that last little bit up Coosa Bald was pretty steep, but look, everyone, I found a little viewpoint. I think I'm at the top now. This is beautiful. Wow. Absolutely beautiful. All right, it looks like there's a campsite right here, everybody, at the top of Coosa Bald. Of course, it's dry up here. There's a fire ring and a nice chair, a couple of nice chairs. It looks like you could tent over here, very flat. What a nice little spot. And then you have that beautiful view close by where you could probably catch an epic sunset or sunrise, depending on which way it's facing. All right, there's my blaze. Going down to White Oak Stomp. I hope I can find the water there, and I'm gonna stop and have some lunch. This is what the trail is like coming down from Coosa Bald in mid-May. It's May 17th. Really glad I treated my shoes and all my clothes with permethrin last night, because the ticks are out and there is a lot of grass. Lots of grass here. But so far it's been a lovely descent. Relatively easy. I'm just trucking along through this big tall grass. Okay. This is a pretty steep down, everyone. I know you can't tell on camera. Anyway, this is heading down Coosa Bald still. All right, looks like I'm about to come out at White Oak Stomp down there, everyone. Okay, White Oak Stomp. Here I am. Looks like the trail continues on over there. And I'm gonna see if I can find this water, everybody. I'll show it to you when I find it. All right, so the trail definitely goes this way. And my internet trail guide, oh, look. There's a W on that tree that points to the right. Okay, so water is down there somewhere, but I see like a little trail over here. So I think I'm gonna try this little trail. I think it's about 150 yards downhill. Oh, maybe this is just runoff. All right, let me figure out where this is and I will get back with you. Okay, I came down that runoff trail, and yes, this is where the water is. So let me figure out how to get over there. Okay, this is the water source at White Oak Stomp, everybody. It is flowing and then stagnant in that long grass, and then it's flowing again down there. So I'm gonna find a place to get some water. It was actually flowing pretty good. I filled right up in just a few seconds. Okay, just to recap, you take that runoff trail down here till you see this big blowdown. And then the water is right down there in the blowdown area. All right, now I gotta climb out of here with my big water baby. Okay, climbing out of that steep water stop. Coming back up to my pack. So this trail is directly across from that tree, and my pack is leaning on a rock. So that is how you find the water at White Oak Stomp, everyone. It is right down this trail right here, which looks like water runoff. All right, now that I was able to find water at White Oak Stomp, I'm very happy for that. I'm glad I was able to share that with you all, because I haven't seen anybody show exactly how to get to that water. I'm gonna stop for a lunch break right here. I'm gonna chill on that rock. So, all right, and then I'm heading to Mulky Gap after this. So far, I've done about 8.5 miles. I've climbed about 3,000 feet. And And I still have a little ways to go to Mulky Gap to camp tonight. Okay, for lunch today I'm having 2 Uncrustables and some vegan Doritos. Y'all know me, that's my favorite lunch. And then I have my internet directions printed out, so I'm gonna read what I'm facing between here and Canton. Okay, White Oak Stomp is pretty nice. I actually think that you could camp right here. Put your tent there next to the trail. It looks like some people have camped here because they have left a mess in the fire pit. Anyway, the water trail is, as I showed you, right there. Across and then down. So it looks like I have about 5.3 miles to camp at Mulky Gap tonight, according to my internet directions. And it looks like I'm going to climb Buckeye Knob, go into Buckeye Gap. Then I'm going to drop into Bryant Gap. And then after that, there's a sharp climb from Bryant Gap up to Buck Knob. Then I drop into a small unnamed gap, and then I climb to West Wildcat Knob. And then after that, there's a switchback drop into Mulky Gap where I'm gonna camp for tonight. So that is what is on the agenda. I got 5.3 miles more to go to get there. It is 3:30-ish. Like I said, I've done about 8.5 miles and I have about 5.3 left to go for the day. Yeah, I think you could set up a 2-person tent here. Definitely a 1-person tent. And you know, you're right across from the water. There is a little fire pit. Couple of rocks to sit on, a big log to sit on. So you could make a comfortable camp here if you wanted to, everybody. White Oak Stomp. All right, I'm gonna carry on towards camp at Mulky Gap. Ooh, another flame azalea. Very pretty. Look at all these blossoms on the trail. That is fun. Very, very pretty. Oh, lovely. Lovely little green tunnel section. Side walking Buckeye Knob, I think. So pretty. Okay, that was a short little walk, and it looks like I'm here at another campsite, and somebody left something on that tree. Huh. Anyway, I'm here at this campsite, which is close to the water. It looks like a sleeping bag. Huh. Okay. Anyway, fire ring. Glow sticks left behind. A lot of trash. It's like a big intersection. It's good that they have a blaze on that tree to let you know to go that way. I believe I'm gonna go this way. Okay, so I might be like a 5-minute walk from that water at White Oak Stomp. So this would be a great campsite here. So you could definitely camp at White Oak Stomp. All right, I believe I'm going this way, but I want to see a blaze to confirm that this is correct. On this tree, it looks like there's a super old one that's faded out. All right, I'm gonna keep going. Okay, still climbing up Buckeye Knob, but it's so pretty in here. So I thought I'd give you some trail time. Bring you out, let you see it. Really, really pretty day. It's so quiet back in here. I'm pretty far from any actual roads at this point. I am truly in the backcountry. The only people I would imagine to see back here would be other backpackers or possibly trail runners. I don't even know that day hikers would make it this far back on the Duncan Ridge, but it sure is beautiful back here. And I have to say, the trail maintainers have done an excellent job maintaining this trail back here. Really pretty. I think I might be nearing the top of Buckeye Knob. Look at this tree, everyone. That's cool. Woo, Buckeye Knob. That was one heck of a quote-unquote small climb. Very steep. I bet this would have some killer views up here in the wintertime. Buckeye Knob. Okay, I think I'm at the top and now I'm starting to go down, but I can see over there is the trail going back up that. So down and up. All right, where I was before was not the top of Buckeye. I had to go down and then back up to this. So there's this tree at the top of this climb. And now I think I am at the top finally. That was a very long, like 1.7 mile climb from White Oak Stomp. Pretty views up here, even though you can't really see it on the camera. In the winter, it'd be gorgeous. All right, now I'm gonna go down to Buckeye Gap. Okay, this is confusing to me. I don't know what trail that is referring to because I don't see one. And if this trail were closed, why wouldn't they put it up here? And why wouldn't they have done it at the trailhead? Very strange. Look at the rocks. This is a beautiful, beautiful section. All right. I see some double blazes on this tree, and it looks like people used to think the trail went that way, or maybe the trail used to go that way. But now they are switching it back to go down this way. So that is what I will do. Noticed the trail was kind of washed out in some sections back up there. So I wonder if they're making a new set of switchbacks going down. Because it looks like the trail may have gone that way at some point. And I know there's an old and a new Duncan Ridge, so I'm gonna follow my blazes here and take the switchback. Okay, it looks like All Trails says I'm going the right way, so that's good. I believe that All Trails is updated to the new Duncan Ridge. So far, so good. Anyway, with All Trails. The mileage may be a bit off, but it does show me where the trail goes, so that's good. Woo! Let me show you this down climb. Huh. Okay, this is actually straight down, everybody, and then I continue that way. Okay, I made it safely, but that down climb kind of sucked. Doesn't look nearly as bad on camera as it does in person. Onward. Okay, I think I'm getting close to Buckeye Gap. I've been down climbing a while. And then after Buckeye Gap, I'm gonna climb Buck Knob, not to be confused with Buckeye Knob, the one I just climbed. Ooh, looks like I'm coming to an intersection. Good timing to have the camera out. Huh. I wonder which way I go. Looks like that's firewood. And there's ribbons here. I'm gonna say I go this way, and I will let you know if that is not the right way. All right, I'm gonna turn right. That's telling me to turn this way, I think. Let's see if we can find a confidence marker. I see no blazes. Okay, according to All Trails, this is the right way, taking a right at that intersection. I still have yet to see a blaze. I will show you the first one I see. Wow, look at this tree surviving on top of this rock. And it is a large tree. It has been there a very long time. Wow. Okay, this is the first blaze I've seen since that intersection, and it's all slashed up for some reason. And that was quite a long ways down before I ran into that. But I am going the correct way, so you do take a right at that intersection where the pink tape was, but if the pink tape's not there when you get there, you do turn there. You take a right counterclockwise. If you're going to go clockwise, you'll take a left. Okay, it's my first pile of bear scat. Does not look super fresh, but I do need to keep an eye out now. Oh, this is super pretty in here, friends. Very, very nice. Here's the road again. Looks like I'm going this way. And maybe this was Buckeye Gap. And now I'm gonna start climbing Buck Knob. Very pretty walking this evening. All right, it is 5:42. I have done 11.8 miles. And I still have a ways to go. I'm hoping I get to camp around maybe 6:30, 7. Depends on how rough these next two climbs are. But I'm making my way. It's a very, very pretty time of the day. Another dry campsite by that road where people have left more garbage. And it looks like I'm about to start my next climb. Okay, this climb up Buck Knob is steep, and I'm still going way up there. Whew, it's a rough one. But I think like after this, I go down a touch and then up a touch and then down, 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 down to camp. So I'm almost there, everyone. It is 6 o'clock. All these briars. Trying to get over these blowdowns. I think this is my last switchback up to Buck Knob. Ow! Ooh! Wow, look at that. You're jumping out and biting me, everyone. Ugh. Ow! Jeez Louise. Good times. Okay, the view from Buck Knob, everybody. Gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm leaving a little blood behind from all those briars, but it's worth the view. So pretty. Okay, 6:09. I'm at the top of Buck Knob. Does not look like there's anywhere to camp up here, but if I pass somewhere, I will show it on video for you. Well, I got bit several more times. So many thorns and brambles up here on Buck Knob, but it's beautiful. I think I'm about 2 miles out from camp now, somewhere around there, and I'll probably be there in another hour, so it'll be like 7:20 maybe by the time I roll into camp, but we'll see. Those are all just guesstimates right now, friends. Well, a lovely, lovely ridge walk up here. Very cool. So pretty. Looks like I'm about to start another climb. Okay, that was West Wildcat. That was probably the mildest climb of the day. It was super short. And now, I think I just go down to Mulky Gap. And I believe there are some long switchbacks, which is good because today's been rather challenging. It's 6:40. By my calculations, I should be at camp in 0.3 miles, so my calculations are wrong. But anyway, I'll be there soon, and I will show it to you when I get there. So far today, I've climbed up Slaughter Mountain, Wildcat Mountain, Coosa Bald, Buckeye Knob, Buck Knob, and West Wildcat. And now I'm heading down into Mulky Gap. I calculated that today would be a 13.5 mile day, but it's definitely going to be more than a 13.5 mile day. I just don't know how much more yet. And I have climbed over 4,000 feet today. So it's been a challenging day, and the climbs are really steep, particularly Buckeye Knob and Buck Knob. And a lot of blow down, a lot of thorns today. So when I get to camp, I'm gonna have to take care of my injuries, my thorny injuries. Okay, more blowdowns, gotta go. All right, this is what the trail is like coming into Mulky. I came all the way down that. Now I have a switchback and I'm going down. The switchbacks are nice because today's been really steep up and down. But even with the switchbacks, it's still pretty steep. But it's looking good. I'm almost to camp, yay. Okay, I was coming down, 100% sure I was coming into Mulky Gap. And then I crossed like this roadbed, and surprise, there was a bonus climb on the other side. It was little, but still. So I did the little bonus climb, and now I can see Mulky Gap. So I'm very happy because I'm about to lose the sun behind the ridgeline, and I need to get set up and cook some dinner. All right, see you at camp in a minute. Coming into Mulky Gap. I think I'm going up that tomorrow. Ugh. Yep, there's my blaze. So it looks like I'm going straight up that tomorrow. All right, now I'm looking for a gate. Aha, here it is. Behind this handicap sign, there's a handicap hunting area and water and campsites. Ooh, there's the water sign. All right, I am here, everyone. This is what it looks like. So look for this from Mulky Gap. Okay, walking down this roadbed after that gate. Looking for the water and looking for a campsite. Okay, I've walked all the way down that road to this. This is where the handicap hunter area is. And I saw this little trail here. I'm gonna go up here. I haven't seen or heard water or really seen any great places to camp yet. So perhaps it's back here. I don't know. Okay, I do hear water back here. So that's good. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, it's right down there, everybody. Great. I might pitch my tent somewhere around here. All right, I crossed the creek, which is down that way, and came up the little road a little bit farther, and I'm just gonna camp right here. It's mostly flat-ish. It's quasi near the water, and it'll do, everybody. I'm gonna set up camp, get some water, and then I'll do a day one wrap-up. Okay, the water at Mulky Gap is flowing great today. So I am going to get some water and cook some. All right. This is the state I'm in today. Okay, it is a little after 8 o'clock. I am all set up over there. I am over here cooking dinner. Let's see, for dinner I'm gonna have lentil soup and apple cider. All right, so today it's a little difficult for me to actually say exactly how far I went today and exactly how much climb, because when I took a break at the top of Slaughter Mountain, I forgot to unpause until I was partway up Wildcat. So my best guesstimate is that I'm about 14 and a half miles for today and about 4,100 feet of climb. Now remember, that's from Vogel State Park to Mulky Gap. So if you're not coming from Vogel and you're just doing the loop from some other entry point, you can subtract 1,500 feet of climb from that number and about 3.4 miles or so, because you're not going to start climbing out of Vogel up to the top of Slaughter. So today was beautiful. Today was challenging. And tomorrow is going to be even harder. So tomorrow I have about a 15-mile day on the docket, I think, to Toccoa River Suspension Bridge, and I'm going to camp there tomorrow. All right, I'm going to eat dinner and drink my cider and clean up, take care of my bloody wounds from the thorns today, and go to bed. Good night, everybody.